Everyone and welcome to Battle for States. I'm Marya Shakil. Like most recent elections, OBC politics has taken center stage in the states going to polls next month. Let's begin with Madhya Pradesh. OBCs form 48% of the voters in the state. The Congress has promised that it will provide 27% reservation to the OBCs in government jobs if voted to power. So far, it has fielded 62 candidates from other backward classes. The BJP, in fact, which is the ruling party here, says it has walked the talk on OBC representation. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan is from the community. The BJP has called Congress concern for the OBCs an election gimmick and had doled out how it is the party that has given OBCs maximum representation, right from the OBC Prime Minister in Prime Minister Modi to number of MPs and MLAs the party has. Now to poll-bound Rajasthan. The Congress is trying to lay the ground for its OBC pitch, and it's doing so in other states as well, including Chhattisgarh and Telangana, in the run-up to 2024. The Ashok Gehlot-led Rajasthan government on 7th of October announced that it would be conducting a caste census on the lines of the exercise recently completed by the Nitish Kumar government in Bihar. Now to Telangana. The ruling BRS had got 50% of OBC votes in the state. This time, the Congress has fielded 12 candidates in the first list of 55 announced so far. The BJP could announce an OBC leader as its CM candidate, is what sources say. In fact, in BJP's first list, 20 of 52 are from the OBCs. The BJP is countering also with its welfare push and schemes like Vishwakarma that were launched by the Prime Minister recently to benefit the OBCs. So we ask on the show tonight, who will get their caste ABC right when it comes to the OBC? And let me bring in the reporters first. Harsha Kumari Singh is joining me from Jaipur. Anurag Dwari is live with us from Bhopal. Anurag, coming to you. Congress has always been on the margins of OBC politics. Is it more of a slogan than in Madhya Pradesh because its faces leading the campaign aren't OBC, while on the other hand, BJP can claim that it has shown it through the representation in leadership?
Yeah, we have seen in past so many days, Congress is batting for the OBC population. They are saying that they will give them equal representation. But if you closely look at the list of candidates, the BJP has given almost 30%, while 2 seats are on hold, and the Congress out of 230 has given tickets to around 27% of OBC candidates here in Madhya Pradesh. While Rahul Gandhi in his press conference is also asking like how many OBC journalists are there, but if you see their list, they have given representation to only 27% of OBC candidates, while the Backward Class Commission in Madhya Pradesh says that the OBC population in Madhya Pradesh is more than 48%. BJP is continuously asking the question that in the past 20 years they have given 3 powerful OBC chief ministers in Madhya Pradesh, including Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Uma Bharti. So they are asking the same question to the Congress, because in the cabinet here also around 25 ministers holding the powerful portfolios are from the OBC community. Though the Congress has made several promises in their manifesto, which includes they have dedicated several pages to the backward classes, promised implementation of their rights and set up an Equal Opportunities Commission to prepare a program for their overall development. And apart from that, the party has also promised appointments and nominations of OBCs to the constitutional bodies in proportion to the reservation, and also government departments. They have also said that they will implement the remaining recommendations of the Mahajan Commission, and they will ensure that all hurdles will be removed in implementation of the 27% reservation to the OBCs. And apart from that, they have also said that it will be easy to get caste certificates, and also promises to build huge statues of Savitri Phule and Mahatma Phule in Bhopal. And apart from that, community halls in areas dominated by OBCs roads, educational institutions and stadiums will be named after different OBC leaders. Soft loans up to rupees 1 crore and earmarking of 25% commercial and industrial plots for the entrepreneurs from the OBC community. And they have also said that they will increase the OBC creamy layer limit to annual income of rupees 12 lakh. So clearly the Congress is also trying to woo the OBC community and the OBC voters, but the BJP is time and again questioning the representation of OBCs be in their list or when the Congress was in power.
A quick word from you, Harsha, as well. How are the OBC arithmetic playing out in the state of Rajasthan?
Yes, absolutely. So you have to understand how crucial and critical is the OBC vote bank. And Ashok Gehlot, in fact, made a pitch and outreach to this vote bank on the 9th of August when he announced in Baswara in front of Rahul Gandhi that, the Congress will increase OBC reservation from 21% to 27% because the OBCs are about 50% of the population in Rajasthan. Not only is the OBC vote bank very important for the Congress, but also the BJP has constantly, if you look at Vasundhara Raje's whole personality, her profile, she also harps on the fact that she is Jato ki Bahu and Gujaro ki Samdhan. So that, brings together two critical segments of the OBC vote bank, the Jats who are about 12 to 16% according to estimates and the Gujars who are about 8 to 9%. Opinion makers in the OBC vote bank, they can be game changers in any election, and also these segments, these castes are also politically dominant and politically upwardly mobile. So the OBC vote bank actually is really, really critical for any election. Of course, in the OBC vote bank also, within the OBC vote bank, the segments within the OBC vote bank are also important. Now, if you broadly look at the ticket distribution, about 40 to 35% is what both parties have given so far in this list. Also, if you see Ashok Gehlot himself, a Mali, he's also an OBC. He talks about how the Malis are sprinkling across Rajasthan. They are not concentrated in any one particular region, but he says that his caste is not that dominant, and yet he definitely pitches himself as an OBC leader. And as we were talking, the political narrative, Vasundhara Raje's grammar, as far as her own personality is concerned, is not her Maratha pitch, is not the fact that she comes from the Scindia royal family, but that she is from the royal family of Dholpur, Jat, OBCs, and also, her daughter-in-law is a Gujar. So clearly, this is a vote bank which is very, very important to both political parties. It's also one of the less talked about vote banks. It's also seen a lot of agitations for reservation in the recent past. For example, the Jats raised the issue about the anomalies within the OBC vote bank which had to be sorted out. The Gujars have also agitated for a larger share of the pie within the OBC quota because they say the more dominant communities are occupying their share. So these have been various reasons in this entire political narrative. There's also a jostling for space within the OBC vote bank. So when parties give tickets to OBCs, they also see within the OBC vote bank which are the segments they are reaching out to, which are the communities they are reaching out to, especially the political influential communities like the Jats and the Gujars.
All right, Anurag and Harsha, thank you so much for joining us. Let me bring in my guests. Rohan Gupta is the spokesperson of the Congress. Alok Vats representing the BJP. We have Professor Badri Narayan, political analyst, Rashid Kidwai, senior journalist, and Smita Gupta, senior journalist. Rohan Gupta, beginning with you, the Congress social coalition in most states has been largely about upper castes, Dalits and Muslims. So this OBC reach out, would it be seen as an afterthought?
I don't think so. It's about afterthought or it's only about politics. See, at the end of the day, even your screen was showing the numbers that OBC have always supported BJP. And what we are saying is very simple. When Congress government was there, the caste census was done. We have been requested BJP government for last 9 years to release that census. Why they are not doing it? If they are for OBC, if they feel that OBCs support them, if they feel that PM comes from OBC caste, why they are afraid of releasing the caste census? At the end of the day, Congress always believes that the benefit of the government policy should be in the proportionate of the population. That is what we are saying. So we are not just talking about OBC or we are looking at OBC as a vote bank. We just want the right which should be given to OBC, that should be given. And Rahul Gandhi ji has given the figures that out of 90 secretaries, if only 3-4 secretaries are from OBC community, what kind of justice BJP is doing to OBCs? And BJP always says that OBC supports BJP, and then it is more injustice to OBCs by not releasing the caste census and ensuring that they don't get the benefit of government schemes.
Okay. Will you respond to this, Alok Vats? For all that you may have said in terms of Vishwakarma and the Prime Minister's own caste being of that of an OBC, when it comes to releasing the caste census, you certainly are on a back foot.
Let me tell you one thing at the very outset. What the Congress says, it does not do it. I'll give you a glaring example. They made a hue and cry regarding the women reservation bill not incorporating OBC and the Muslim women. They had brought it back some years ago, got it passed also through the Rajya Sabha. It was plundered in the Lok Sabha by their own army.
I know about the history of that bill. Let's not talk about it. Let's focus on OBC. Let's focus on OBC because I want to understand what exactly is the BJP's game plan over here.
Let me come to my point.
Yes.
They were talking about OBC quota in this bill. I want to ask them, the bill they had brought, was this quota incorporated that time in their bill? If they have the proof, tell them to show it to me.
Okay, but you're completely, moving away from what I want to discuss on this show. And I want to understand from you, Rashid Kidwai, come in on this. Rashid, talking specifically about the state of Madhya Pradesh because you understand the politics of that state and you come from that state. Help us understand how is the OBC pitch playing out for various political parties, the BJP and the Congress, and because it's a bipolar contest there.
As you had said in your opening remarks, that the BJP always had a very strong...
Yes, please, let's have Rashid on the screen now.
Please, it's not your turn. Please keep quiet. It's not your turn.
Yes, go ahead, Rashid.
So, as Marya, you had said in your opening remarks, the BJP always had a very strong presence among the OBC voter. Data also shows it. But Congress this time, by asking for caste-based survey or caste-based census, has set a cat among pigeons. The BJP has not been able to respond. They are saying that how many MPs they had, how many ministers they have, what is the percentage of representation they had. But that's all about past. What about future? Backwards have and like any other community, they have some kind of aspiration. If Congress is saying Pichhda Maange 100 mein start, then it finds a traction. And in the BJP, Marya, let me explain it to you. It was evident in 2018 election also. The upper caste and the OBCs have a there is a social confrontation. So last time when Shivraj Singh Chauhan said koi Mai ka Lal reservation nahi hata sakta, it had an adverse impact among the upper caste voters. And then Shivraj ji had to do a balancing act. So this time around, the BJP has not been able to take a clear position. Is it for caste-based reservation or is it not for caste-based reservation? And that's the biggest problem. And I think at the state like
But Rashid, my question is that here is a chief minister of 4 terms who is an OBC. The Prime Minister is from the OBC community. The BJP is saying that in terms of representation, they have maximum number of MPs and MLAs from the OBC in comparison to other political parties. Then is it not about the real walk the talk here? Because on the other hand, Mr. Kamal Nath is not an OBC. Neither is his partner this time around, which is Digvijay Singh. So state's leadership representation is very clear. While on the other hand, you have a different picture.
I'm glad, Marya, you raised this point. But where is Shivraj Singh Chauhan? If you come to Bhopal, you see all the posters are saying, "Ab ki baar Bhajpa ki sarkar." Where is Shivraj Singh Chauhan? His poster is not there. His slogans are not there. All the success of Ladli Lakshmi and Ladli Behna and Kanyadan projects, they're nowhere visible. So BJP is not owning up that the legacy of Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and that's the biggest problem. And more so, voter tends to be little ambitious, greedy, whatever you want to call it. So if the Congress
In terms
is saying
of future.
clearly there will be reservation which may go up to, beyond 50%, 60%, 70%, this is very appealing, Marya. This is going to make a huge impact.
Okay. So the BJP doesn't really have an answer to caste census, is my question to you, Alok Vats.
Let me tell you one thing, Marya, you're not allowing me to speak and you're not allowing me
Please
to
go ahead,
complete
make your
my
point, sir.
I want to say that what the Congress promises, it doesn't do it. Today, we have got 44% votes of the ABC and we have 27% OBC represented by us in the parliament and 29% ST and STs. They are rudderless. They don't have anything to go to the public, to go to the people. So they are just trying to snatch something out of the blue. But this will not work. Simply, it will not work. They're all leaders who are being portrayed in Madhya Pradesh are all from the upper caste. Why don't they portray an OBC leader there as their chief minister candidate?
Okay.
If they are so
Will you
worried about
respond
the
to
OBC
this, Rohan?
See, Marya, you have been asking a very basic question to them, why they are not able to release the caste census. And we have said that out of 4, 3 CM of Congress party are from OBC community. So question is very simple. If they are for OBC, if
Why
they feel that
don't you
OBC vote
portray
is
an
with them,
OBC as a
see, I
chief
never
minister
spoke in between you. Let us not do that.
Yes,
Give me-
let's
When you
have
expect some-
Rohan now on the screen. Alok Vatsji, we do not like leaders talking over each other. Let's have a very dignified debate, please.
He
Go ahead.
was talking while I was speaking.
Go ahead.
And you didn't interrupt him.
Am I audible?
Yes, please. Go ahead, Rohan.
Yeah, I am saying very simple thing. We are talking about the larger macro picture. We are saying simple thing. If the BJP is saying that they are for OBC and OBC has supported them, what is stopping them from releasing the caste census, which was done at the time when Congress government was there? Number one, why they are not able to do caste census even after 2.5 years COVID has been passed? So it is very clear that what they say and what they follow or what they put on ground is completely different. They are in government, they have to reply. And when he talks about Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he clearly said, yes, in women's bill, we should have put OBC and we support that. So let's come together. If you are and our thoughts are same, rather than questioning what we did in past, what you did in past, let us come together and release the caste census. Let us have the opportunity, the debate where OBCs, who are the largest population, they should get the maximum benefit of the government schemes. What stops BJP from doing this? Why you are questioning Congress party or other parties for the past? We are here to support you. We are here to come together. And again, in name of Women Reservation Bill, you have given 2 sticks. One is caste census and one is delimitation. Why you are doing that? So the point here is, Marya, whatever they say, they don't follow it. They just say it for the purpose of garnering vote. That's it. It is only for them headline management.
I'm looking at some data, and it's very interesting because in bipolar states in which the Congress and the BJP are main competitors, the gap between the two parties has widened considerably since 2009. And BJP has received nearly half of the OBC votes in 2004-2009, and the Congress won approximately 40%. And the OBC vote for the BJP in 2014 and 2019 increased to nearly 2/3, while it declined for the Congress to roughly 1/4 in these states. So as far as the OBC politics is concerned, how do you look at that playing out in the immediate elections?
Marya, the answer of your question would be, if you see the nature of OBC politics in India, it has remained always a non-Congress domain. It's anti-Congress. If you remember the socialist age, when Ram Manohar Lohia was trying to mobilize OBC, the emergence of OBC politics in India is anti-Congress, non-Congress domain. So it's very difficult for Congress to enter in that. And on the other hand, they are trying hard. They are making it a big issue in this election. On the other hand, BJP is coming in this election with a galaxy of OBC leaders who are coming from different linguistic zones. They have double privilege. One as a OBC born leaders, other as a developmentalist. Thirdly, the social welfare schemes, who are working beyond caste. That this beneficiary communities which BJP has created since 9 years, and not only they have created beneficiary, every state political party creates beneficiary, but they have transformed it in a community, and evolved a beneficiary consciousness. And that consciousness works with them for the BJP beyond caste. So OBC, EBC comes in that beneficiary communities, Dalit and EBC in a big way. So in that way, what I see that for the Congress, it would be very difficult to enter in the OBC political realm, OBC mobilizational realm, and for the BJP, retaining it would be a big challenge. Although BJP has an edge, BJP has, as I said, there are 4 points which I narrated to you. The leadership, the character of leadership, which is all India in the BJP from different linguistic zone, not only Hindi regional leaders. Secondly, the double privilege. I born as a OBC and developed leadership image, social welfare schemes, and Narendra Modi itself as a big symbol. So symbolic and substantial in both ways. They have tried to mobilize OBC in their politics.
Okay.
So socialist to BJP.
Yes.
And you can see the turn of the OBC mobilization.
You've made an interesting point there.
BJP.
So what
Not
next?
Congress.
Because I agree with you that OBC politics hasn't really been the foray or the domain of the Congress party. But because it is entering that domain, Smita Gupta, would you say that it's an unpredictable space now? We really do not know what will happen. Who will have an upper hand?
See, the thing is that I do agree that the Congress at the time of the acceptance of the Mandal Commission report was opposed to it. And the BJP, smartly using the slogan of social engineering, entered that arena and made gains over the last 30 years. Now the Congress has realized that it has lost on many fronts. So it has picked up this OBC card. Now the question is, when you talk about the caste census, why is if they are so confident about their OBC support base, why are they opposing the caste census, releasing the data of the caste census, which will reveal exactly how many OBCs there are, and not just how many OBCs, but what their socio-economic profile is. What is the socio-economic profile of our Dalits, so that things can be handed out. I think the BJP is scared because while the figures were kind of muddy, it was all right. They managed to get it. But if the figures actually come out, as the Bihar precedent shows, the number of OBCs in this country could be around 60%, and that will make it extremely difficult for the BJP to keep its upper caste vote. Just take the example of Madhya Pradesh alone. People are talking a great deal about how the BJP has had 3 OBC chief ministers. But who is the chief minister who actually implemented the 27.5% reservation? It was Kamal Nath of the Congress party. All these years, under so many OBC chief ministers, the Congress, the BJP didn't ever implement it for fear of annoying the upper caste. So it was eventually Kamal Nath who did it.
Okay.
So
Alok must respond to that. A quick response from you and then the final word to Rashid.
Let me tell you one thing, Marya. Ram Manohar Lohia talked about the backward classes. The man who really brought it to the fore was Karpuri Thakur from Bihar. He got this implemented, but his untimely death, Lalu Yadav and Nitish Kumar reaped the harvest he had sown. Lalu went haywire. Nitish kept himself cool and intact, so he ruled for such a long. But now, since the OBC figures are being talked about, and he is a part of the 28% in the alliance, why doesn't he resign and give it to the caste which has the maximum representation in Bihar? Same goes for Congress in Madhya Pradesh. Why don't they project a leader from the OBC caste if they are so bothered about them as their next chief ministerial candidate? There is a difference between their saying and doing. On the other hand, BJP says what it does. We have already given accommodation to 27% of OBCs, and we have gathered their 44% vote because they trust us to that level.
Okay.
And in the ensuing elections, this will increase further because we deliver to them what they expect from us. We just don't talk about it and leave it in the shelves.
All right. Rashid, the final word to you. Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, all these states have an important OBC factor, and we have been putting out all those graphics. We have seen how, the elections in, particularly in Telangana, has taken a new turn this time around. When you look at the cards and the OBC pitch, the sincerity with which various political parties are approaching, what are your bets?
Yeah, so Marya, I think it's a very interesting proposition. Political parties have to take risks. The Congress has taken a gamble of sorts by pitching a very, high-pitched campaign for this OBC reservation, etc. See, in most states like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, the vote percentage between the BJP and Congress is evenly poised. So even a 1%, 2% difference can have huge consequences. And therefore, either in terms of OBC voting or in terms of upper caste voting. So both cases, it is very dicey for the BJP, and therefore the BJP has not been able to take a position. The Congress, if somebody asks you a question, are you for it, yes or no? Somebody saying yes has a greater chance of success rather than somebody saying no, not really, maybe, etc., and not giving a yes or no answer.
Okay, but when it comes to, sincerity, the BJP will say, yes, they have been more sincere. If anything, their politics in recent times, the new BJP politics has been around the OBCs.
Marya, look at Karnataka election. You see, the voter is very smart. The voter is very wise. The voter knows that if there is a welfare scheme, if they are getting 500 rupees, that's fine. But if somebody is offering 700 rupees, there is a greater attraction. Therefore, I am saying, what Congress is doing is something substantive. It will lead to, a real kind of, removing the 50% ceiling of reservation. Reservation can, as, Smita Gupta was saying, it can go up to 60%, 70%. It is very difficult for the government, which is at the center, and that's why the Congress was dithering when UPA was in power, and when they did informally, they did caste-based census, but they did not make it public because they were in power. Here, the Congress has nothing to do. It's in opposition, and perhaps at the center, it's going to be, out of the bench for a long time. And second thing, it has brought them at par with many caste-based parties like Samajwadi Party, RJD and JDU, etc. in the India Alliance. So it's a shrewd political move. Whether it will work or not, we'll get to know from these 5 states.
All right, Rohan Gupta, Alok Vats, Professor Badri Narayan, Rashid and Smita, thank you so much for your time. Today we analyzed and decoded the OBC factor, and of course we have seen how it is playing out. Let's see. Finally, we'll know about it only on 3rd of December, but this is your election news destination. All the news and updates every day at 7:30 p.m. only on NDTV.